Okay, my passion fruit sprouted. I mean, the flower bloomed, and usually it is self-pollinating, but the chances is pretty slim if you don't help it. But if you help it, the guarantee is like higher than 70%. So the way you help it to pollinate is you take this pollen, the pollen from the male part here, put it in the female part here. See, this is the female part. So the way you take the pollen from the male part is you kind of scratch off, put your hand, rub it off, and then you get the pollen. This is the pollen, which you would then put it onto the female part. Just rub it on. So do that. So there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 male part and 3 female tube. 1, 2, 3. So you do that all on all 3 of the tube. You scratch it off, you get the powder. You put it into the female. You just rub it on. See? It's the female tube. You gotta, don't do it too hard because you will break off the part. Okay, so one male part has a lot of pollen. You don't need to go through all 5, but since you know it's there, why not? You see how much pollen there is and how much I rub on it? Just put it on it and it will stick to it. So you could try to get as much as possible. So I already pollinate 3 of them, but I'll go through more, repeat it to guarantee. So it's plenty of pollen. Okay. See how much pollen I have in my hand? So, if you look at it, see now, that's the female part that is pollinated. This is the male part after you take out the pollen. See now it's kind of, the top part has pollen, no more pollen, the bottom is some left. So that's how you can tell. So that's pollinating 1. I have another one that bloomed here. As you can see, this is the female part. This is the pollen male part. So if I rub it off, I have on my hand where I put it onto the female. I rub it on. Okay. Then I can go to the next piece and I still rub more on. Okay, so there are 2 more on the side, which I need to do. Make sure those get it too. Okay. See how much pollen I got in my hand? See? Okay. Now I pollinated this. And I also pollinated this, and my hand still has some pollen. There's plenty of pollen. So if it's successful, you can tell right here. When it's successful, it closes, and then this one hangs down, and then you see a little fruit out here. You see the little fruit? That's when it's successful. This one I hand pollinated. This one here is the first fruit that was self-pollinated, but if I don't help it, the chances is very low. So far, I only have one successful fruit. So when I help it to pollinate, this one is successful now, and supposedly I helped it too, and this should be successful. And like here, this is successful because I pollinated. It came out here, the part, and then up here it's forming it. Passion fruit, I can feel it. It's pretty hard. Same as this guy. I helped it to pollinate a few days ago, as well as this. No, I can feel this is hard. This don't seem hard. I think I fail over here, or maybe I'm successful. I don't know. It's probably still young. Yeah, but definitely this one is successful. I can feel the fruit. Yeah. So for those that fell down, these are unsuccessful, and it fell down by itself. It was self-pollinated by itself and wasn't successful, so it fell down. Yeah. So here I helped it to pollinate too, and you can see the fruit in here as well. See the fruit? Yep. So if you help it to pollinate, the chances of it being successful is really high. If not, you can tell, like this one here, it just fall off and there's nothing left. So it's up to you. If you have a lot of flower and you don't want to bother with pollinating, then you can do it yourself. I mean, you can let it do it by itself. Otherwise, if only a little flower and you want the success rate to be high, then you help it to pollinate. That's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is my passion fruit tree.